Hello everyone. In this lecture we are going to discuss about structure and classification of amino acids. So in the previous lecture we have seen about the general characteristics of amino acids and the physical and chemical properties. Now let's see the structure of amino acid and few basic classification. So the amino acid is an amino carboxylic acid, consists of both amino group and a carboxylic group in its structure. And amino acids are called as building blocks of proteins. So when you see the components of amino acid structure, you can observe a carbon atom which is present at the center, functional groups like carboxylic group and amino group, and then hydrogen atom and a side chain which is represented by R group or residue. So these are the five basic components of amino acid structure. Here the key difference will be at the R group. So if any atom replaces this R group, then the type of amino acid will get changed. For example, if the R is replaced by the hydrogen atom, then the amino acid will be called as glycine. And here glycine is the simplest amino acid. Similarly, if this hydrogen is replaced by CH3, then the amino acid will be called as alanine. And if the R will be replaced by CH2OH, then the amino acid will become serine. So here the basic difference will be at the R group. So this is the basic structural component of the amino acid. Let's see what are alpha, beta and gamma amino acid. So while we are studying about amino acids, we tend to see the terms like some of the amino acids are called as alpha amino acids and some amino acids are called as beta amino acid and some will be gamma. So how those amino acid actually got that name? So let's understand by taking an example of an amino acid, isoleucine. So this is the structure of an amino acid, isoleucine. So before understanding what are alpha, beta and gamma amino acid, you should know what is an alpha carbon atom. So the carbon atom which consists of a first functional group attached to it is known as alpha carbon. So if we denote or if we notice the alpha carbon atom, so the next immediate carbon atom will be the beta and next will be the gamma. So here the COOH functional group is attached to the primary carbon atom at first at the top. So this carbon atom will be alpha. So after alpha carbon atom, the obvious carbon atom will be the beta and the another one is gamma. So this is how you notice an alpha carbon atom and name the beta and gamma carbons as well. So then what are alpha amino acids? So the amino acids are named as alpha, beta and gamma amino acids according to the position of the amino group attached to the alpha carbon atom. For example, here the isoleucine is an alpha amino acid as it consists of amino group attached to the alpha carbon. That's why it is known as alpha amino acid. Similarly, if the amino group is attached to the beta carbon, then the amino acid will be called as beta amino acid. Similarly, if the amino acid attached to the gamma carbon, then the amino acids are known as gamma amino acids. So this is how we classify alpha, beta and gamma amino acid based upon the attachment of amino group to the carbon atoms. So let's see the examples. If the amino group attached to the beta, then the amino acid is called as beta amino acid, and the example will be cysteine. So let's understand the structure. This is the structure of the amino acid cysteine. So this is the alpha carbon atom, but you can notice the attachment of amino group to the beta carbon. That's why the cysteine is known as beta amino acid. So there will be a classification based upon the number of amino and acid groups. See, in the structure of an amino acid, we can observe an acid group and an amino group. If the amino acid consists of one amino group and one carboxyl group, then the amino acids are known as monoamino monocarboxylic acids. Then the example will be glycine. So if you observe the structure of glycine, so the glycine consists of an amino group, carboxylic group. So it consists of a single carboxylic acid group and a single amino group. That's why the glycine is known as monoamino monocarboxylic acid. If the amino acid consists of one amino group and two acid group, then the amino acid is known as monoamino dicarboxylic acid. Example will be the aspartic acid. And if the amino acid consists of two amino groups and one carboxylic group, it is known as diamino monocarboxylic acid, and the example will be lysine. If the amino acid consists of two amino groups and two carboxylic groups, then the amino acids are known as diamino dicarboxylic acids. Example cysteine. Let's understand the asymmetry in amino acids. So, mostly in all amino acid, the alpha carbon is asymmetric. So, here asymmetric carbons are the carbon atoms which are surrounded by four different atoms. So, mostly the amino acids have only one asymmetric carbon atom, except threonine and isoleucine have two asymmetric carbon atoms. So, they could form four isomers. What are D and L amino acids? So based upon configuration, two types of amino acids exist. So the amino acid, if the amino group is on the right side, then those amino acids are known as D amino acids. If the amino group is on the left side, the amino acids are known as laboratory L amino acids. So this amino acid D and L are literally mirror images to each other. You can observe here the arrangement of amino groups. So let's see the classification of amino acids. So classification of amino acids based upon incorporation in protein. So there are two kinds of amino acid based upon incorporation of amino acids into proteins. One is proteogenic amino acids and the one is non-proteogenic amino acids. So proteogenic amino acids are the amino acids which are involved in the synthesis of proteins. So these proteogenic amino acids are of two types, major amino acids and rare amino acids. So major amino acids are basically 20 in number and rare amino acids are 5 in number. So total 25 proteogenic amino acids are present. Among them 20 major amino acids and 5 rare amino acids. So we have already discussed this proteogenic amino acids in our previous lecture. You can check out that video. So the second most category is non-proteogenic amino acids. So these amino acids are not incorporated into proteins. They occur in the cells either in free state or as metabolites. as a part of non-protein compounds. So the example will be ornithine, citrulline, gamma aminobutyric acid, beta alanine, pantothenic acid, and thyroxine. Certain non-proteogenic amino acids such as canavanine, glycolic acid, and cyanoalanine. So these non-proteogenic amino acids are isolated from plants, and these are very toxic to the man. Side chain, there is a classification of amino structure of the side chain. We have aliphatic amino acids. Aliphatic amino acids are the amino acids amino acids carboxylic group in the side chain. These aliphatic amino acids are classified monoamino monocarboxylic acid having a single carboxylic group and a single amino group. That's why these amino acids are known as monoamino monocarboxylic acid. So the example will be the glycine, alanine, and serine. So you can observe the other structures as well. So these amino acid do consist of a single carboxylic group and a single amino group, cysteine, threonine, and methionine. If you observe this structure also, some other examples of monoamino monocarboxylic acids are valine, leucine, and isoleucine. So among these, the neutral amino acids are glycine, alanine, serine, cysteine, threonine, methionine, and valine, leucine, and isoleucine. So mostly the monoamino monocarboxylic acids are neutral amino acids. Here comes the monoamino dicarboxylic acid having a single amino group and two carboxylic groups. So this kind of amino acids are known as monoamino dicarboxylic acids. So the examples will be aspartic acid, glutamic acid, and asparagine and glutamine. So the third most category of amino acids are diamino monocarboxylic acids having two amino groups like this, two amino groups and a one carboxylic group in this structure. Two amino groups and one carboxylic group. The examples will be lysine and arginine. So these kind of amino acids are known as diamino monocarboxylic acids. And the fourth category is aromatic amino acids. So here comes the aromatic rings. These amino acid structure consists of aromatic rings and these are neutral in reactions. So the examples will be phenylalanine where you can notice the ring structures, and tyrosine, a ring structure, aromatic ring is present. So the structure of phenylalanine and tyrosine is somewhat similar, where you can observe the hydroxyl group attached to the aromatic ring in case of tyrosine. In case of phenylalanine, it is a plain aromatic ring. And next, heterocyclic amino acids. So this amino acid contain heterocyclic rings in the structure, and the ring may be an imidazole ring or indole ring. And the examples are proline, hydroproline, hydroxyproline, and histidine and tryptophan. So these are the two examples of structures having heterocyclic rings, proline and hydroxyproline. So this is another few two examples of heterocyclic amino acids, tryptophan and histidine. So having the heterocyclic rings in their structure. So you can observe the presence of heterocyclic rings. So this is all about the basic structure of amino acids and few categories of classification. I hope you understand this lecture. Thank you.